Hey, what's up, folks? Kato here, right here, right here. About to head on out and grab me a Slurpee right quick, but check it out. Something I really want to talk to you about real quick. So, take this ride with me, and let's talk for a minute. All right? Come on. Just a little thing I was just thinking about, wondering about, and curious about. 1 second here. And that's the whole thing about this whole vlogging thing. Without a doubt, I have to be real honest and say I enjoy doing vlogs and all that kind of stuff. Kind of been doing it for years. I'm thinking all the way back to when I first started doing vlogs or video vlogs. Probably back around in 2007. Right around the time when I personally discovered YouTube. And it always kind of really interested me the way that the internet was going as far as creating your own creating your own videos in general. And I remember I used to always tell a lot of people back when the T-Mart Go-Go message boards were real hot. I used to always try to tell people, pay attention to the direction of where everything is going when it comes to videos. Videos are a real big thing. I used to always say, pay attention. Videos is a really, really big thing to be paying attention to. And right around that time, I guess you could say, us older generation, the kids were already on it. Us older generation started migrating to Facebook, but the migration was actually a real slow thing, But we were migrating to Facebook, and I personally found a community who was actually doing vlogs on Facebook. And there was a whole lot of different people like Royale Watkins and comedian Joe Torre and Terry Vaughn, the actress, and Mary Jennings. There was a whole bunch just a whole group of us. Samaria Graham. There was so many that it almost became like a real pretty cool family. My man DJ Dave out in Cali, and Lim Donegan, and who else? Chuck Bird used to do his joint, and what's my man name? Life with Dave. Dave used to do his joints, and there was so many of us doing our joints. You name it. Capone was doing his video joints, and Nisi was doing her joints, and everybody was just, and we was kind of collectively doing stuff. We were, I think about Cordelia, Michael Reynolds. It was so many that we were doing vlogs back then, and back then, we were doing them more. Well, we created a community on Facebook, so we were doing them on Facebook. I was trying to basically put them on both platforms, YouTube, because YouTube, especially back then, videos on YouTube were definitely more to pay attention to, or could get exposed more. Back then, people were doing videos on Facebook. They were kind of still hiding under the skies of, not wanting their jobs, or whatever the case. And of course, you had, different people who were working in the entertainment field, like Joe Torre and Terry Vaughn, who was kind of in David Arnold. That's what I'm talking about. Life with David Arnold, who were using them as vehicles, and myself. We were all kind of using them as stepping stone and vehicles to our thing, So me, myself, I've always been doing videos. I kind of never really stopped doing them. And to the point now where I have over 600 videos up there. I've always created stuff. I used to have a thing called the Clubhouse that we called, and actually that was a nickname given by Joe Torre. And then I had something that was called Face Stew. And the reason I titled it Face Stew was because it kind of started with that whole Facebook connection group that we were having. So I was just like, and the stew was just talking about who was doing what, whether it was people like Chanel, Cooper Sykes, and whoever. And then I started kind of getting tired because it takes a lot of work. Y'all know, if you do videos, it takes a whole lot of work to do videos. And that's kind of what the case is. So I kind of was doing them where I was just, all right, I'm just going to put my voice on it and use images. So I called them Stew Bits. But the point I'm trying to make is was doing videos for quite a while. And it seems I probably wasn't real, I want to say, well, hold on one second. There's a police coming. But as I was saying before, the whole thing of, I've been kind of doing vlog, and it helps, free my creativity thing. But I kind of been wondering a lot lately, and I haven't grown big with the YouTube thing. I have a lot of videos on it. It ain't like I was kind of consistent with it and stuff like that. But I did become, as of late, trying to become consistent to the point where I'm actually trying to put at least probably 2 to 3 videos a week up. That takes a lot of work. Those of you who do videos, you know exactly what I mean by it takes a whole lot of work. But, I guess the older I get now, I'm talking back when we were doing this. This is like 10 years ago. And I was kind of younger. I'm 51 years old now. And as I do the videos and I see even more younger folks, and some creative stuff that you can't help but pay attention to and be inspired by. It's not wrong to be inspired by younger folks. You know what I'm saying? Young folks are the people that make the world go around any kind of way. So, but I have been wondering, dang, am I playing in the field that I shouldn't be playing in? You know what I'm saying? I almost feel like the old man the old man to be at the party that somebody be saying, hey shorty, your dad's up in here trying to party with us. That's what I kind of feel like doing these YouTube clips. So let me run up in here right quick and then I'll come back and we'll finish this conversation up. Alright, so basically back to the question I was asking that I'm really curious about. Let me try to make this light here. I can't. I ain't even try. No need no accidents this morning. But basically what I was kind of wondering is because of the whole young generation, they kind of make me feel like an old head. I don't think I'm an old head. I'm just an experienced G. Don't let the gray fool you. I've been graying since I was like 20 years old. So that's when I started graying. Gray ain't nothing but wisdom marks. That's all that is. But helpful energy, and not to mention that doing these YouTube clips take a lot of work. Once again, all you folks who do YouTube, you know exactly what I mean when I say that. It ain't just about doing the clips. Okay, I'm back in my office right quick. Got a little crazy out there and batteries running out. That's one thing about it. When I'm on the road and I'm trying to do filming and stuff, I use different, I usually use my tablet or my cell phone. And then when I'm in the office, I use my camera, which is a Canon Rebel T5i. But at any rate, just give me a minute to gather myself together so I can finish explaining to you what I was trying to explain. I did get my Slurpee, which is, I'm a little disappointed. One thing about, you ever notice that when you get a Slurpee and if you're driving, by the time you get home, it's all practically halfway melted and stuff? But this is a banana Slurpee. Give me a second to get myself together and I can pick back up where I left off at. Alright? Sure. Okay, I'm back. Once again, my apologies for all the delays and interruptions. That's usually not my type of hype. And my apologies for that. But I just wanted to finish this off because I think it's very important, especially for people my age. Still doing my Slurpees, but especially for people my age that are doing the video blogging things, the vlogging things. You know what I'm saying? That's a funny thing too when I really think about it. When we were doing it back about 10 years ago, I actually thought the name played out, a vlog. I thought the vlogging name played out. And I remember 10 years ago when I wrote I wrote an ebook and I was giving it away for free called Vlogging for Profit, believe it or not. And that's, like I say, that was back in like 2007, 2008, I'm gonna think, around that time. But at any rate, there have been many people who have just exceeded tremendously in the whole YouTube world, and I've always personally enjoyed that world, enjoyed being able to use that platform as a creative release for me, because it was just available. So I would get whatever cameras that I would be able to use at the particular time, and I would create whatever kind of thing. And like I say, as of lately, I have been like wondering, dang, is this whole YouTube vlogging thing, whether you're vlogging, whether you're doing, I know a lot of young ladies do the video Jones, it's always a niche for each and everything. So that's what I think I kind of looking for, trying to find what would be a niche for me. I don't do I can't do gossip. I'm sorry, I can't, because I believe once you start the gossip thing, then you got to keep picking up doing the gossip thing, and I don't want to get into that realm of things and stuff. I don't want to be known as that type of thing. At any rate, I do wonder, is there an audience for an older generation like me? Now remember, we were a generation that came up creating all kinds of stuff. We were the generation that came up, when it came to DC music, we came up with go-go. We were the generation when it came to New York and other that came up with hip-hop. I mean, all kinds of stuff was created by my generation, in all honesty. So we are definitely creators. Just because we get older don't mean that we're not still innovative or have a lot of things to express and deliver. I want to build a legacy. Stuff that will probably be here long after I will not. So I got, like I said earlier, 600 video clips up here on YouTube. The views aren't the greatest or all that kind of thing like that, but you have all this content created that I've done. And I've done a lot. I mean, I've done not just create videos. You know, that's the whole purpose for writing the books I write. You know, that's why I'm glad that I've been quoted in the new African American Museum of the Smithsonian in DC. I mean, those kind of things, to be here when I'm no longer here. That's the kind of one of the reasons that I also do these vlogs or video logs or video clips or however you want to phrase it these days. First of all, let me put it like this. First of all, we're talking shooting a video. You already know. Then we're talking about editing the video, which takes a long time if you want it to be at the best you can be. And the whole biggest thing is, of course, when we create our videos and we edit our videos, we want to share what we've done. That's what creators do. How do you do that in different areas and different platforms? There's a whole lot of different ways. Sometimes the way I'll promote is I'll use the Facebook platform, and in doing that, I may take the original thumbnails that I create on YouTube and post it on my Facebook page and just put a link on it, telling people to check out the clip. Or I might put the whole clip itself up on Facebook, or I may use a sample of that clip, just maybe 60 seconds of that clip, and put it up on Facebook and put a note under it saying, watch the whole clip here. Because the whole point is me personally wanting to direct them, folks, to the clip itself. That's one of the routes I take, and keeping in mind that every time I post on stuff on Facebook, on Instagram, and on my websites and e-blasts and stuff like that, they all automatically post on Twitter. So I don't have to worry about that route, because everything that gets posted automatically posts on Twitter. You know, I'll take that same 60-second clip and I'll post that clip onto Instagram. And you know, you can't really link on Instagram other than your profile. So I keep the link in my profile going to my YouTube page, because that's what I'm focusing on mostly at this moment right here. And I'll add that little 60-second clip, and I'll just put a note on it to see the whole clip. Visit the link in my profile. And of course, that link, as I mentioned before, takes you to YouTube. So it goes on and on and on and on and on like this that people don't realize. It takes a lot. It ain't just throwing. It takes a lot of work. It isn't just throwing a clip together and bam, hoping it. So whether you're 15 or 25 or 35 or 45 or like me 51, that earn to create and use all platforms available for you is going to always be there. It's going to always remain here. So I'm going to always continue to remain. And if there's an audience for us, and I'm speaking up for all us OGs, you know what I'm saying, that like to create, keep continuing creating and learn from the young ones, and the young ones can learn from us. That's all I'm going to say about that, you know. So my original question, am I too old to be vlogging? Hell no. I'm going to be doing it till it's time that I can't do anything anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or at least until I get very, very tired of it. Whichever comes first. At any rate, y'all be cool. Alright, tune in each and every time and check me out what I'm talking about here, because I'm going to be talking about something that's interesting to somebody in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget to share, like, and tell a friend so he can come on in. Alright? Y'all be cool.